it's Olivia at Panama City Toyota. I'm here with the Parker brothers, Jack and Darren. We recently found out that they are really big Team Tundra fans. So we wanted to sit down with them and talk a little bit about their love for the Tundra. So you both are Tundra drivers, but we understand that you came to love the Tundra a little bit differently, in different time frames. So who was the first one to own a Tundra?
I was actually.
Yeah, you were?
I was. I made the switch back in 2012.
Okay. How long had you been considering purchasing a Tundra before you finally did?
I've been considering it for several months. So I'm a truck guy.
Sure.
I've driven trucks all my life, and I need a truck for what I do. So when it was time to get a new one, I knew that I wanted a Tundra, and that's when the search started for me. And I ended up with one, and I was so happy that I did.
What first drew you in the direction of a Tundra?
Legendary reliability of Toyota trucks. From the time that I was old enough to drive. I remember back then, and it's been many years ago, a couple of my friends had Toyotas, and they always weren't very easy on them. But those trucks ran and ran and ran, and that stuck with me through the years. So growing up and through the years up prior to me owning a Tundra, I was a Ford guy. I drove F-150s all my life. And so making the move over to Toyota was kind of a big deal, but it was one I do not regret. I'm absolutely glad I did it.
Glad to hear that. So did you have any influence on Jack purchasing a Tundra? How did that happen?
I would like to think that I did, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I was the slow one,
Sure.
as usual. It took me a while to come around, but over the years, he kept pulling up with the Tundra, pulling up with the same Tundra. And of course, I was a Ford guy, I had my Ford. He kept pulling up and I kept looking at it. And we would go fishing, he'd pull his boat, I would pull mine. And just 5, 6, 7 years went by and I said, "Hey, are you having good luck with that truck?" He said, "I haven't done a thing to it." I said, "That's nice. That's very nice." And you know, a little back and forth, and I just kind of, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it right then, and it just kept growing on me. And so, for the reliability factor, that's the biggest thing. I mean, we pull boats, we pull tractor trailers, you know, so we do all that, and so you need a truck that can pull it, that can stop it, and you can pull out and pass somebody if you need to. And so we, you know, it took me a while to come around, but when I finally did, he was right there for me to help me kind of figure it out and go the right way and say, "Hey man, this is what worked for me," and you know, made it happen.
So how long after you first bought a Tundra did it take for you to give in?
7 years.
7 years, still a little while.
Just a little while. I was stubborn. I was stubborn.
But he broke you down eventually.
He did break me down.
I did. I worked on him the whole time.
Yeah. I was definitely glad I made the switch though. I really was.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a great time.
So do you both use your Tundras similarly? Does one of you do a little bit more off-roading than the other? How do you use your Tundra daily life, weekend life?
It's very similar. We both enjoy the outdoors. We enjoy fishing and hunting. And so we're, like Jack said a few minutes ago, we're always pulling something with the truck. Boats, utility trailers with ATVs, other types of equipment. Right after Hurricane Michael, stumps and logs. So we do, and
absolutely.
And so we need a reliable pickup truck to do what we do.
Yeah. So what would you tell someone who drove maybe a different type of truck? What would you tell them if they were considering purchasing a Tundra?
Well, I would tell them, look at just the pure nuts and bolts of it. I mean, look at what you get when you get the Tundra pickup truck. I mean, you know, there's just so many more options that suit me for the outdoor lifestyle, for the things that I enjoy doing, and then a lot of my friends enjoy doing the same thing. And there's option after option after option on these things, and they just never quit. And I mean, you know, my quote with them is that they're bulletproof, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for when I buy a vehicle.
Right. What about you? Any other words to add?
Very similar. On the economic side of it, it's an investment to buy a new vehicle, and it was important to me. And when he was considering buying his truck, I wanted to help him with that, to make sure that your dollar goes as far as it can for you, and buying a really dependable, reliable, powerful vehicle that's going to last for years. With a Toyota Tundra, you don't have to worry about that. You can be confident in your buying decision, and your dollar is going to go very far for you, and it's going to work hard for you with the Tundra.
Yeah. Are there any other people in your lives, friends or family, that y'all have converted into Tundra or Toyota drivers in general?
Not yet.
Not
We're
yet.
working on it. That's right.
Yes, I have one, my significant other, absolutely. Yes, she made the switch also, and she went to a 4Runner.
That's great.
And she has never looked back. She has been well pleased.
And what had she driven before the 4Runner?
She had driven a Ford Expedition.
Okay, yeah, so similar.
Very similar, very similar.
Well, thank you guys for sitting down with us. One final question. You guys have alluded to some of this a little bit already, but how would you rate your Tundras as far as like the ride or the drive of the vehicle, the comforts, and then just the overall performance value of the vehicle?
You go first.
I will, since I talked you into getting one, I will go first. That's right. That was one of the big things that sold me on the truck. Before I bought mine, I had 2 long road trips to Texas in somebody else's Tundra. And so the ride quality and the comfort of the vehicle, it was a very, very comfortable vehicle to ride in, especially on long trips. And I knew that was important because I have a family, 2 children and my wife. So the power of the vehicle and the comfort, I was really sold on that after making those long road trips.
Now with me, when I go off-road, the previous vehicle that I had, the previous truck I had, was not good at all on the off-terrain, if you will. And when he kept telling me about the suspension, oh, you got to try the suspension. I was like, it just can't be that much better. What was I wrong? It is so much better. It is amazing. So just things that you used to have to slow down and drive over 2 miles an hour, now you just keep on going. It is incredible. So it just has a use for everything that I enjoy doing and everybody. And I am so glad that I did make the switch.
Well, we're so glad that you guys are believers now and spreading the Tundra joy to everybody that you know.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down with us and chatting about your love for Tundras. We're excited you guys are here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you guys want to learn any more about Tundras, maybe upgrade to a new Tundra, you can check out our website or give us a call. And we look forward to hearing from you.